Yo, this is self-taught musician, rapper, producer from south of the UK, JusJoe, and you're locked into Artist Watch.
Why do you make music?
I make music because I'm inspired by music every day and I love it so much. And luckily enough, I've got a natural ability and ear for it, so I can.
What effect do you want your music to leave on your listeners?
I want people that's listening to my music to be inspired to just be themselves unapologetically with confidence and to be motivated to work hard and chase their dreams.
Do you think music played a part in your journey growing up?
Yeah, music played a huge part of my journey growing up and still does to this very day. I've always felt like music's like the soundtrack to my life if it was a movie.
What do you do to inspire your creative process?
I just live life, bro. You know what I mean? Because anything can inspire me, from a conversation with a friend or a conversation I'm listening to on a podcast. Mostly anything motivational, but it can be anything from that to taking a scenic walk in a nice place or just listening to music that's around me.
In the moments when you feel like you're stuck and don't know what direction to take, what helps you to make the right decision?
Mostly I listen to my gut, but I'm definitely guilty of putting off a situation or not taking the step and just holding off on it and letting it go stagnant until either I'm clearer in thought about the situation or I've put it off so much that I'm like, mate, you're never going to know until you take the step. So like a lesson to take from that is sometimes you just got to take the step, but sometimes you do have to listen to your gut, and not everything's right for everyone. So if your gut's telling you you're not ready, you might not be ready.
How do you deal with mental health?
I talk to friends when I can, because talking is probably one of the most important things, but it's also one of the hardest things, especially for men. But it shouldn't be that. It should just be, do you know what I mean? You should be checking on people like you check on everyone. But for me, the thing that helps me deal with my mental health is working out, and workouts definitely helps me. And anything that's productive and progressive in self progression, and just keeping your body healthy keeps your mind healthy as well. Like that's no shit. That's real talk.
Do you think music helps dealing with mental health?
I think it can for some people in many different ways. I think some people take help in listening to music when they're feeling down, and other people dealing with mental health through writing music. But for me, it's neither here nor there.
How do you think people see you?
Right, that all depends on the person. Some people will look at me and not get it. Other people will look at me and get it.
What do you want to achieve musically in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I would like to have a body of work, whether that be a mixtape or an album, some cohesive put together project that's not just a single. I'd also really like to have done a video in that time, or several, get more radio plays in that time.
Do you want your music to inspire others, and if so, how?
Yeah, for sure. It's not the whole point, but it's definitely, if you can take anything away, it's be inspired to not give a what anyone thinks and just go and do what you want to do. If that's what my music does, then I'll be a very happy man.
What other hobbies do you like other than music?
I work out quite a lot. I don't know if you could call that a hobby, but boxing for sure. I love the UFC, so I'm proper into that. I watch it religiously. Every fight card I pretty much watch. Combat sports is definitely a hobby of mine. Not that I partake so much, but yeah.
Who would you say your number one UFC fighter is?
It all depends on what you're talking, but Max Holloway's up there just because of the person he is inside and outside the cage, as well as being a dope-ass fighter.
When do you feel most happy?
When I'm at peace.
When do you feel most creative?
When I'm at peace.
What makes you stand out as an individual?
Everything about me, bro. And nothing about me that's duplicated by anyone else. Probably because they wouldn't want to, but yeah, I am unique.
What piece of advice would you give to people listening right now?
Stop thinking about what other people think about you, and just be yourself and go and chase your dreams.
Dare to be the maker of your own destiny. Dare to be yourself when you're surrounded by sheep. Dare to be
This is JusJoe, and you've been watching Artist Watch.
But now you can call me the shepherd. Don't ask me how I did it, there's only madness in my method. Stressed out life, got my face looking weathered. But make no mistake, if you want it, you'll get peppered.